Hi, and welcome to another video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So, I'm doing this video before I go to bed. I'm going to recall what happened to me today, my target, and what they were doing, the silent sound. So, I took my daughter to school. I got to upload that video. I recorded on the way back. Every time I'm here and I'm doing a video, Pam will get it and start walking back and forth. Give me a sec. Okay. So there's a couple of articles that was out recently. I think it was yesterday, and it talked about how Philadelphia apologized for the experiments that was done mostly on black men in the prisons. Okay, and so again, the funny thing is that when it comes to us, black people, the European people, they can do the worst atrocities to us, and all we get is an apology. That's it. That is all we get is an apology. Okay, when it's done to others, they get reparations. When it's done to us, we get an apology. Symbolism. That's it. Okay? So again, I understand there are other TIs of different ethnicity. Okay? I'm not gonna say different race because we're all the same race. Right? But different ethnicity. You know what? Let me turn off this kettle because okay. So, when you hear me say, I try not to say black race and white race, but if I do say this because, again, that's the definition that we use today, right? This is our the language that we use, but you know, we're all different ethnicities. We might be different skin color, different features, but we're all human beings, right? We're not different species because we know that there is no cross breeding when it comes to species. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, as I was saying, so constant. So anyway, so I got back in the house, not in the house, but I got back to the building, and I got on the elevator. This was this morning. I'm gonna upload the video, and then I'll upload this afterwards, so you guys can, understand. So I get in the elevator, took my keys out, had my phone in my hand, and I'm staring at my phone. Okay, I am staring at my phone, and the elevator stops. I walk out, got my keys to open the door, and I look, and it was the wrong apartment. It was apartment 4C. So I got from the fourth floor. Okay. Now, again, I realized what was happening, but I didn't want to say nothing because I wanted to see what they were going to do. Because I know they're expecting me to do a video right away. Okay. Because I've done this in the past. So you see, they understand my patterns, but I also understand their patterns. Right. And to how they target me and what they do. So I didn't do a video. You know, I said, okay, I got to do a video. Um, as a matter of fact, I wasn't even thinking about it. Just so, because I know the microchip, they can read my thoughts. So I kind of like put up my mind. Okay. About half an hour later, it started with the fire trucks, the sirens. I mean, I'm getting them so addicted to my videos. It's like, it's a drug. It's a drug for them, right? If I don't go out a day without doing a video, they go out ballistic. They start the fire trucks, police driving by, woo, fire trucks driving by, the sirens going off. you know, I'm like, hey, sorry. Maybe I should go to Patreon and you guys got to pay to watch my videos. How about that? But anyhow, so yeah, that's so. Like I said, so I got back in the elevator, and got back upstairs, and I was like, okay, I realized what's happening here. And within about an hour or so, I started to experience the ice pick headache, but it didn't last that long. Okay, it's all this noise now. Anyhow, it didn't last that long. All right, so was doing some cleaning, um, watching some videos, and you know, Pam had to go on the trip with Alyssa, which you guys will see in the first video as I explained it. And so when the kids got home, I was kind of clean up a little bit, and ended up hurting my back. I was looking for her controller. I had gotten her Xbox controller for a computer, because in the beginning she wasn't used to using the keyboard and mouse. but now she's like really good at that stuff now. I still can't use the keyboard and mouse in playing games. I can't do it. you know, that by because I've been targeted, because I've been hit with these weapons, my brain cannot do those things. I don't have the cognitive ability, right, to do those things. It just feels very weird to me, and I don't even. I tried it a couple of times, and I was like, I can't do this. So I'm also that's why I don't play competitively when it comes to playing like Fortnite and all those competitive shooter games. I don't mess with that. I just use to do the storyline in Fortnite. I play Save the World, you know. So even that playing Save the World tonight, they send the perps to target me. Have my character shooting at my character and stuff like that, and you know those sorts of subliminal threats, right? So, I was like, okay, whatever. Then they started walking back and forth, coughing, all that stuff, sniffling, loud as hell too, loud, loud. We're like all the way up in this building, and they have to be pretty loud for us to hear, for me to hear them. Okay, so yeah, so that was happening, and it's still happening, but I kind of wanted to do a recap of this. I'm sure there's a couple stuff that I may have forgotten to. Oh yes, Pam, palm fixation drill, walking in front of me, looking at the door, you know, hands behind the back, palms open, that sort of thing. Or Pam, her hands down to her side, again, and she walks, she'll turn her palm towards me, right? Or stick it, like if she walked by, she would like move her hand backwards, right, with her palm open. So yeah, she turns it, so I can see she turns it, right. So anyhow, that's what they were doing, you know, and but for the most part, she stayed in her room, and I think she's beginning to understand my target a little bit more. Maybe she does, but it's very difficult. Let me tell you, sometimes it's very difficult. But for the most part, like I said, I try to, not to accuse her as much, and to just I think now she's like, she usually stays in her own home anyway. A couple of times she came out just to stand up in front of me again, turn around, look at the TV, the regular shit that I usually do. And when she does that, immediately following afterwards, when she leaves, the police will show up and go whoop 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 whoop, because at that point they're trying to show me use the technology to affect her, so they trying to suppress the fight or flight phenomenon that you would exhibit, right? So, like I said, I understand the programming. I understand a little bit more about psychology, about these things, not just from my own experience, but taking psychology when I went back to school, and also continue to read, about psychology and people mindset and mental state and stuff like that. So, that does help me greatly, But again, because today they were using silent sound to command me, basically take control of my mind, okay, to get out the elevator on the fourth floor and walk towards that apartment. Because like I said, I just kept looking at my phone. I didn't look up. I didn't do anything. I didn't even look at, because when the elevator opens up, there's the sign. It'll tell you what floor it is. Okay, I didn't even look at that. I just was straight into my phone. And this happened to me many years ago when they stole my phone. Uh, yes, yes, you hear them? So I was waiting for parking, right? And I had my laptop. I was doing, I don't know if I was doing some work or what have you, and I put my phone between my lap and the car seat, okay? I looked up, and there was a guy approaching me on a bike. He had a flashlight. I looked back down, okay? Then, I guess when I came out of it, I looked up. I was like, "Oh shit, what time is this?" Because it made me, I had to go to work, right? So I reached down between my legs to get my phone. My phone was gone. It was gone. I did not open the car door, anything like that. Matter of fact, I had the car door locked, and it was gone. So now I'm like, okay, I don't know what happened. So as I'm walking, I remember there was a store, a T-Mobile store, right close to the train station. I, as I was going there, um, I was like, you know what? I guess I'll go into the city. So I'm going to the train station. They had a guy, Hispanic guy. He looks at me. He was like, um, "You want to buy a phone?" And then he takes his phone out, looks at it, put it back in his pocket. Things shit like that happened to me so many times, man. It's just like, wow, you know, to show you the extent that how they can manipulate you and do these things to you, and no one wants to believe it, right? So this is why I do what I do, which I kind of want to expose these people for who they are, right? Regardless of all the threats or what have you. Okay, um, because it's like I always say, it's bigger than me. Okay, this is not just about me. They may say, "Oh, he's seeking attention in another video." No, this is what they want you to believe, right? They want you to believe them some narcissist and such and wherever, whatever. Yeah. And once you go really look at who narcissistic people are, and you'll see that it is those very same people. Because they're manipulative, they're deceitful, they lie. Okay? So, you know, anyhow. I'll speak to you guys in the next video.